Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a psychic development Q&A. I am selecting some of the questions that you submitted on my website about psychic development and spiritual growth. If you would like to submit a psychic development question for my next Q&A, all you have to do is go to my website TessaLunaLluvia.com and click on psychic development and you'll find a form there. I will also put the link in the description below. Now let's get started. My first question is from Carol Grossman. How do you know when you are ready to start working on your personal psychic development? I always question myself if I am ready. Will I just know when it is time? Well, Carol, just the fact that you are taking the time to reach out and ask me tells me that you are pretty ready. If you weren't ready, you would just keep shoving it under the covers and wouldn't even deal with it and wouldn't even be asking about it. You would just still be closed off to it. So just the fact that you're reaching out and asking tells me that you're ready to get started. My suggestion would be to find somebody who is authentic in their personal psychic work and try to find some beginner courses that they teach, not group courses, because you can't really learn anything in group courses. You need an individualized course, and make sure it's a beginner's course. The worst thing you can do is take high advanced courses when you haven't even figured out the gist of it. Shameless self-plug, I do offer those beginner courses for empaths and regular psychic development if you want to check them out on my website. But if you don't choose me, make sure who you do choose is an authentic spiritual coach with authentic spiritual experience, and it's not just something they learned out of a book and now they're teaching you out of a book. And definitely no group classes. Find somebody that's going to do an individual one-on-one catered just for you. I hope that helps. Moving on. The next one is from Sebastian, and he asked, when you are ready to do readings for other people, do you start off using tarot cards or do you just use your intuition? Or how does one get started if they feel they are ready? Well, Sebastian, when I very first came out of the psychic closet, I was just using my intuition. I did have tarot cards, but I really didn't know enough about them to understand their meaning. So I was basically just using them as psychic tools and then picking up intuitively what I saw in the cards. So I guess I never really used them correctly with like the booklet and the meaning, and that's okay. If that's all you use tarot cards for is just your own interpretation and that's what works for you, then that's great. Then I started using Zener cards, but I basically just used those for validation. So I really didn't do tarot reads for people. Sometimes I would if I was doing like a free reading on Facebook or something, and then I would probably do like the exact meaning and then a little of what I picked up. But if I was doing like psychic readings on the phone, I would basically use them for just validation. I think the hardest thing when you very first start doing readings is trusting what you see and having the fear that you could be wrong. And sometimes that stops you from saying what you're really feeling because you don't want that other person to react a certain way to what you're saying, whether that be negative or just whatever. So I think that if you are going to do it intuitively, then you really need to be at that point where you trust what you say. Because if not, you're going to say other than what you're actually seeing for that fear that they're going to react in a negative way or that you're going to be wrong. So if using tarot cards helps you feel more validated in what you're saying and you use them as a psychic tool to help your intuition, then I think that's a great idea, because that's exactly how I started out. But if you're really into tarot and tarot is like your main type of reading, then I definitely would start out with the tarot cards and then move into the intuitive readings. But like I said before, I used both. When I very first started, I was doing my psychic readings and using the cards only as a psychic tool for validation. So yes, you can use them. How you use them is basically up to you. So I hope that helps. Our next question is from Gail, and she asked, I notice you talk about different beings in one of your courses. How do you know what type of being you are? I have always felt I was once an angel. Is that possible? Yes, Gail, it is very possible. As a matter of fact, there are many different types of beings. I just concentrate on the main three. For example, there are many types of angels. There are many different types of star beings. There are many different types of beings, period. But in my course, I discuss the main three, and that's earth beings, star beings, and spiritual beings. If you feel like you are an incarnated angel and you are feeling connected with the angels and feel like you have a past life in the angelic realm, then chances are you're a spiritual being. But of course, I would have to talk to you to know for sure. Every being is different and holds different responsibilities when it comes to the reason for being incarnated on this planet Earth. If you have followed me for a while, then you know I associate with being a star being, but I do have a lot of friends who are spiritual beings. I even have a special friend who is an Akashic being. But if you really want to go deep into it about what the differences are and what responsibilities does each one of us hold and the purpose for each being here, then you'll have to take my course. But I hope that helped. Okay, our next question is from Tara, and Tara asks, do you have to know about crystals and chakras in order to achieve personal, spiritual, psychic development? I hope that made sense. Well, Tara, first of all, psychic development and spiritual development are two different things. But if you're referring to psychic development, then I do find that crystals and chakras help. They're not absolutely necessary, but I feel with psychic development, at some point we hit a plateau where our frequency only stays at a certain level, and I feel like crystals help amplify your frequency, amplify your energy, and get you to that higher level. Also, understanding how your chakras work and being able to control which chakras are on and which ones are off for certain situations has helped me immensely. So if you're an empath or HSP, then learning your chakras and learning your crystals and integrating them into your psychic development will make a huge difference. But no, it's not necessary, but it definitely does help, and I definitely would not be doing my psychic work without either one. So I hope that helps. My last question is from Jonathan, and he asked, what ability is it when you see missing children that have disappeared? I have so many dreams about kids I see taken on TV. Well, Jonathan, as you may know, I do a lot of missing person cases. Not just missing children, but missing persons, plus missing pets, missing items, etc. But the ability that I have, that I am known for, is called remote viewing. That is where I can take myself to any part of time that I need to go and see what's going on at that particular moment. So let's say that there's a missing person. What I basically do is remote myself back to the day they disappeared and watch them until they get abducted or whatever happens. And then I have an idea of what happened and where they are. So the ability for me would be called remote viewing. If you would like to know more about remote viewing, I do offer a course on that. But thank you for your question, Jonathan. It was a good one. Hey guys, I am currently running a special on all my courses. I only do this once a year and I only run it for 1 week, and that is 30% off of any psychic development course that I offer. Just use code CLASSES30. I will put all the details in the description below. Also, if you are interested in learning about crystals and chakras, I have wrote several books on the subject, and I will put the link to those as well below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up to let me know you'd like to see more just like it. Bye!